Saxon Algebra 1/2, lesson 103. This is a gem, Caleb. It's called distributive property. This is a super cool tool that we're going to use again and again. And it's super practical and useful, and you're going to be using it throughout your algebra career, so be happy. Let me show you how it works if we have all numbers rather than letters. Okay, here we have two operations, right? There's an addition and then there's a multiplication. The parentheses mean multiplication. If we have all numbers, we can solve it the regular order of operations way, right? We would do the addition first because that's in parentheses. Parentheses come first, right? So we would then say, oh, this is 4 times 5, and then we would see, okay, that's 20. But using the distributive property, what we would do is slightly different. What we would do, I'm going to show it like this. So this makes perfect sense, and it works just fine when we have numbers to do this addition first and then do the multiplication. Another way we could get the same answer would be to multiply first the 4 times the 2 and then add that to 4 times 3. We're basically turning this into two smaller multiplication problems by multiplying by the two pieces separately, right? 4 times 2 and then 4 times 3, we would add them together. This is 8 plus 12. So there we get the same 20 that we got the other way. And that's always true. Distributing respects the rules of order of operations, and we can get the same result. So this is the way we did it using order of operations, and this is the way we did it using distributive property. Okay, and we proved that you get the same answer. Okay, so distributive property respects the order of operations. Now, when we have all numbers, we have a choice. We can do it either way. But when we have variables, when we're throwing letters in there, we can't do order of operations because we can't actually do the calculations. We can't actually add 2 plus 3. We have to be happy with distributive property. So let me show you an example of how it looks. And there's only 2 examples in this lesson. Well, I'm going to show you one more. This is like a pre-example, okay? So let's take this scenario, for example. I'm going to call this example 103.0 because John doesn't give it a number, but it's a really good example. We can't add x plus y like we added the 2 plus 3. We can't do it. There's no way to do that. So we can't use the order of operations process. All we can do is use distributive property and rewrite this as 4 times x plus 4 times y. And that would be the multiplied version. Okay, so what we're actually doing here is we're multiplying using the distributive property. All right, so it's a form of multiplication, and there's our answer. That's the best we can get because we don't have numbers, we only have lots of letters. Let's try another one that's slightly, wait a minute. This is lesson 103. I tried to change it into 104. I'm rushing you. Okay, let's try one more of these. I'm skipping a line because, well, you'll see why. 4, and the way we say this is 4 times the quantity x plus 2y minus 8. What the heck? Now there are 3 parts in the parentheses. It's okay. I always draw these little arrows to remind me that what we have here are actually 3 distribution problems. It's really easy to multiply it once, or in this case even twice, but to forget that there are so many multiplications. So the little arrows help me remember that. In time, I will stop drawing the arrowheads, but I'll make the little, I call them whoop-de-doops, to remind myself of all those multiplications. Okay, let's do them. 4 times x, 4x. Copy the sign. 4 times 2y, 8y. Copy the sign. 4 times 8, 32. Double checking to make sure I got it right, yes. Okay, so we're multiplying against all of those, and there's our simplified version, example 103.2. This is our last one. Oh, this one's fancier. Again, I'm giving myself room to write 3x times the quantity. That's how we say this. 3x times the quantity, y minus 2 plus 2x. Okay? 3x times y, 3x times minus 2, 3x times positive 2. Ready? 3xy minus 6x plus, ready for it, 6x squared. What? So fancy, right? That's it. We're going to distribute a lot in your algebra life. You will get used to it. Remember, it's a way of multiplying when we have parentheses that respects the order of operations and gives us a way to break down these parentheses when we can't do anything to simplify what's going on inside the parentheses. So it's a super useful tool. We'll be doing it a lot. Goodbye, lesson 103. See you next time.